Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Points of Articulation. My name's Dave, and if you're new to the channel, welcome everybody. Today I'm taking a look at the Hot Wheels Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi's ETA-2 Jedi Starfighter, which is part of the Build the Death Star wave released in 2019. So this ship made its first on-screen appearance in Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and it's another great ship in the line. This model, however, does not feature any moving parts whatsoever. Yeah, I know, we all want the radiator panels to either be statically open or be able to open and close. That would be awesome. But alas, it's not. It's just a static model. And this should be a shock to nobody because we've seen this model before. On my channel, I reviewed it as Anakin Skywalker's Jedi Starfighter. And for those who are interested, I'll post a link in the description below. Also, remember to stay tuned towards the end of the video when we will put together another piece of that Death Star. So for this ship's length, it's about 3 inches, which is very nice, and everybody should know how my videos go by now. We're going to take a look at the mold, the paint, put on a stand, compare it to some other pieces, construct another piece of our Death Star, and then we'll be done. So let's get moving. Alright, let's get this video started looking at the mold. Like in all my videos, I will go over all the major sections of the item, and then we'll get a nice close-up look to see all those fine details. So for the major parts of this ship, we have our laser cannons going down the center, looking good. Ion cannons on the sides, the Republic symbol, and astromech, looking awesome. We have our radiator panels on the top and the bottom. They don't open. Then we have our cockpit and viewport, and all windows are recessed. It looks amazing. I have to say, I love this raised collar section around the cockpit as well. Pretty interesting. For the aft section, we have our engines. Looking nice. For the bottom of the ship, stand connector port, 4 rivets holding it together, and copyright crap. Pretty nice. Now the molding on the bottom is very interesting. It is just a bunch of raised sections, beautifully molded. Fantastic stuff. So that covers all the major sections of the ship. So now let's get a closer look. Alright, having a closer look, we'll begin with the bottom of the ship. We can see some nice molding down here. Fantastic stuff. I like the recesses. Very cool. Almost modular in a way. Very interesting. Of course, we have our rivets holding it together. Our copyright crap. Model number or whatever. But very nice. We can see the bottom sections of the laser cannons as well. Moving down, we have the bottom of our cockpit. Stand connector port. Nicely molded. We have some line work and raised sections. If I turn it like this, you can see nothing is flat. Everything's popping up. And that's awesome. I love that. Pretty cool. And we also have the bottoms of our ion cannons, which are nicely molded. You can see some nice little details there. For the aft of the vessel, we have our engines, which are recessed. That's very nice. And a beautiful mold back here. Something weird there with the paint, but what are you going to do? But a nice shape here. Beautifully done. Coming to the top of the vessel, for the cockpit, we have some nice molding here. The windows are all recessed in. Little mishap here with the paint, but what are you going to do? And I love that viewport. Little sneak peek at what's to come. TIE fighters. Moving down to the wings, more line work, radiator panel that is raised. As you can see here, all these sections are just raised panels. And that is awesome. Nothing is flat on here. And a couple of recesses here and there. For the R2 unit, you can see the chest, the arms, the head. It's all recessed. Fantastic stuff. Even where the eye is raised. Fantastic stuff. Moving down, we have the Republic symbol, and you can see where it's die cast in the back, and the soft rubber in the front. But the paint does a real good job at matching, I will give it that. But for the front, you can see some nice paneling, a little bit of line work, and then the laser cannons. This is a fantastic job in my opinion. Pretty damn cool. And I love the laser cannons. Look at the detail there. Some great stuff. And the other side is the same, we just don't have an astromech. Just a beautiful ship. So that does it for the mold. Hopefully I covered everything. So now let's take a look at the paint. And now looking at that paint on the Hot Wheels Star Wars Jedi Starfighter, it's the same as all the others in the series, just silver. And this one might be my favorite of the three so far. It is very metallic, almost mirrored in places, and you could see my finger is mirrored once you get close to it. And that is nuts. Very nice, and that's what I'm looking for. A nice metallic, almost like a chrome silver. Just a beautiful job. Now we do have little bubbles here and there, but on the whole it's not bad. I think they did a beautiful job. I love how the light reflects off of this. Just an amazing piece. Pretty cool. On the bottom. Nicely done. All in all, I think they did a decent job. And they matched the plastic pieces to the die cast almost perfectly. Like, the only way you could tell is when the light hits it just right. But on the whole, you can't even tell. Amazing job. Very cool. So that does it for the mold as well as the paint. So now let's put this baby on a stand, compare it to some other ships, and construct another piece of our Death Star. And just like other Hot Wheels ships I looked at before, it comes with a cool translucent stand. You can see the Republic symbol there. Peg it in the port like so, hear that click. And just like that, everyone, you're good to go. And now for a quick size comparison with the Hot Wheels Star Wars ETA-2, I have it next to two other ships that are in the Build the Death Star wave. Firstly, on the right hand side, we have the Republic attack gunship. Very nice ship right there, love it. And then on the left, we have the Naboo Starfighter. All in all, these ships are very nice looking with that silver paint. I kind of dig it. And for another size comparison with the Build the Death Star Wave Jedi Starfighter seen on the left, on the right hand side we have it next to the Anakin Skywalker's Jedi Starfighter. Really cool ship. And for our last size comparison with the Hot Wheels Jedi Starfighter seen here, I have some other Clone Wars era ships. First, on the left hand side we have the Naboo Starfighter. Then on the right hand side we have the Republic Attack Cruiser, a great looking vessel. And then finally, the Trade Federation Droid Fighter, which I believe was my first Hot Wheels review I ever did. I should really revisit some of these, a great looking vessel. So that's it for size comparisons. So now let's construct our Death Star, shall we? Now for the Death Star piece that comes with the Jedi Starfighter, we get number 3. We can see it molded in there. And then just like the other pieces, we have some structural integrity, which is pretty cool. The underneath is the same. We have our track system, which I use loosely. And now for the detailing on the side, we can see some nice recessed line work. Not going to spend too much time on this because, like I mentioned in my other videos, we're going to look at it as a whole. But nice job on this. So let's get building. Alright, so let's line it up. And let's get ready to cue that Japanese Gundam sound, shall we? Awesome. And there we go. It's almost halfway there. Not too shabby. I think it's looking good. Nice! Just a whopping 6 more ships to go. And that does it today for my review of the Hot Wheels Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi's ETA-2 Jedi Starfighter, which is part of the Build the Death Star wave released in 2019. For the mold, everything's there that should be, and I love the little added details, especially to the astromech, laser cannons, ion cannons, and just a nice attention to the engines and windows. Beautifully done. For the paint, it's the same as the other two in the series. A nice silver. I find that this one is much more reflective, which I am a huge fan of. And don't forget, it does come with that nice translucent stand, so it blends in with the rest of the collection, as well as coming with a piece to build your own Death Star. So that's everything I have to say about this awesome ship today. I hope you enjoyed my review. If you did, hit that like button, and if you'd like to see new reviews every Thursday, subscribe. Again, thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye, everybody!